Alrighty, and we're off. And welcome back to YouTube too. In something intro. I don't. What do even people say? I gotta actually analyze some YouTube videos. I have no idea how to say what I say for the intro and the outro. But anyways, we're doing forts today. We're gonna do 2v2s, and we're facing against. They're not necessarily pro, but they're fairly decent opponents. Yes, welcome back to another video. What? See, you're not making sense. Anyways, we're not playing against weak opponents, that's for sure. I think this'll. I won't. It's not. It's not gonna be easy breeze, that's for sure. Yes. Yeah. C for C, it's what it's fairly late for him, so that makes sense. Anyways, so for this video, I'm gonna actually talk about how I'm gonna host a tournament. I hosted a tournament in, so essentially, what I've always tried to do is you see these tournaments, right, and you see all these top players compete, and it's like, oh my god, EtaN, he did the triple sniper on the door snipe, and then he won the game. He's so good. Right, it's not really a thing that people could consider, hey, you know what, I can participate in that. I want to join a tournament. People don't think that, all right? Because, you know, tournaments are hard. Tournament players, they're sweaty, they don't get sleep, and and I don't know. Actually, that's probably it. They're sweaty, they don't get sleep, and all they do is they grind tournaments. And so that's kind of what happens. So that, you know, the normal players like you and me, well, don't really get to try to play any tournaments. And so that's why I'm hosting. So I've always tried to host a tournament where the concept is, well, and when people can participate. So that's why I'm hosting the Infinity's Choice Tournament. What the Infinity Choice Tournament, by the way, is essentially, I decide the teams according to skill level, basically, voted on by the rest of the players, and then I want teams to not exceed a certain strength level, and ideally that means, for example, a stronger player might be matched with a weaker player, well, for 2v2s. And that means that, you know, the stronger player throughout the course before the tournament will have to teach the new player some strategies, some combos, which will help gain them a massive advantage. So paper maiden preference, by the way. And yeah, that's so that, you know, normal players like you and me can participate and play alongside players like EtaN, which, by the way, is in the tournament. And the tournament's going to be on the 17th, I think. What is it, 2:30, I believe, for EST, and then 10:30 or something, or 11:30. Yes, what C said. But it should be available for every time zone, by the way. It's going to be 8 teams participating. It will happen one day. It'll be a couple hours. I'll be streaming all of it. It's going to be great. It's going to be peak content, and it's going to be peak cinema. All right, we're going to see players like EtaN participate along like normal players, and we're going to see how the comms work. And we're going to see, you know, how they adapt and for the new competitive landscape, teaching and preaching the planches to become pro at this game. You know, we'll see. It'll be really interesting, actually. But anyways, the problem with like hosting this tournament, by the way, is that I don't think you guys realize how hard it is to get people to agree on skill levels. All right, it was so damn hard. Like I was out here in the tournament freaking thing, like scrambling. All right, literally whatever ranking I did, people didn't agree with. I don't think there was a single ranking that people like saw, oh, this is balanced. All right, every single team was apparently too strong and too weak at the same time, which I don't understand what that works. But you know what, they told me, you know what, these teams they're too strong and they're too weak, and I just don't understand how that works. I just like, teach me how does that work? How can this team be too strong and too weak at the same time? Like, let me be, bro. Like, it's fine. It's not that unbalanced. So anyways, after a lot of arguing over there, you know, I had another problem that people, because, you know, it's in community tournament, it's not as serious as like a real tournament per se. People can kind of just skip out, you know. People say, you know what, I want to register because why not? They want to get a slot for themselves, and people just kind of quit out. You know what? I actually have something specifically on the 17th I just got called up on, and I specifically can't play, and even though we're like days into the decision itself. So that's happening, and I'm crashing out, right? Because, you know, it's like, why would you sign up if you know you can't play? You know, it's kind of cringe. I can't lie. Let's actually revamp this node a little bit, so we can get this along here. Anyways, I'm out here crashing out, alright, and it's just like random people dropping left and right. I think like half of the people in the entire freaking tournament left, and I had to like re-find all of them, and I have to like. And the problem is I'm not popular enough. I don't have enough clout where I could just go like host a tournament and people will join. I have to like go around in Discords begging people, and I have to go around in my Discord, which you should join, by the way. Go around begging people like, please join the tournament. It'll be worth it. Trust me, EtaN's gonna be there. EtaN was I honestly EtaN was actually a last-ditch effort. You know, EtaN uses this scary forts player, alright? I'm nervous to talk to him. I have social anxiety talking to someone of that much importance. Oh no. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. I'm trying to no. I'm trying to educate my viewers on how hard it is to make a tournament, alright? Let me preach. Yes, let me preach. Okay, now I have to build, which is great actually. Let's get my doors so I don't die real quick. This is a live commentary. Things are not easy. Anyways, let me continue preaching. Let's get some more dense bracing inside, because I believe both players, both of the front player and the back player, are playing lasers, and that's kind of annoying, actually. Let's do this maybe. Can you not, bro? I'm gonna. Okay, well that's painful. Yeah. Anyways, so people are dropping left and right, and I'm like going around the Curses Discord. I got someone in the Forts official, like, please join the Infinity Tournament. It's not a waste of time. I promise. This guy's dead, right? Okay. Anyways, it's not a waste of time. I promise. And essentially, we got enough people after all. At the end of the day, I got I don't think that's gonna kill me ever. What? Why does that penetrate so deep? Okay, let's get some metal then. That does penetrate much deeper than I expected, honestly. Does this guy have like gunners or something? This will prevent getting undershotted, by the way. Do this for save energy. Cannon, I mean, howitzer. Not like crazy damage, but it's good damage nonetheless. There's laser shot under here, which, you know, I gotta prevent that. Anyways, I'm getting too distracted trying to yap this much. See, what are you doing? We're like 20 minutes into the game and you have like 2 fire beams. What have you been doing the whole game, bro? What? Bro is planching. Anyways, right. Actually, if I fire this now, oh, no, see, I would like to say you're the greatest of all time. All right. Yeah, you're actually the greatest of all time. I apologize for all my misconceptions I've said earlier. You're actually one of my greatest forts inspirations. Anyways, we got EtaN, right? I was like, EtaN would hop into forts. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of my social anxiety and would ask him. And he said, I have this forts stream. I have actually the FPL semifinals, like directly on that time. But I'll ask 42 to literally delay the semifinals so I can play this like trash tournament that basically has no rewards, and instead of playing like the Forts official, the most important tournament, and it's not even, yeah, and the freaking semifinals, and it's just, and that's incredible, by the way. That's okay. Well, see, I can't win the game too fast. I can't talk too much then. I need to be able to yap. See, yeah, I can't. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, EtaN's like, you know what? EtaN was really nice. He was like, you know what? Despite this being like a really bad idea, I'm gonna try to show up anyways, and that was pretty nice. And you know, so I actually assumed that he was gonna play the match, but he actually didn't. He wasn't actually going to play the match. It's not actually confirmed. It's because he had to win against Fortified, which is another team, which is a very strong team, by the way, to actually like get into the semifinals, because you know EtaN's on the quarterfinals, and he actually had the quarterfinals like very soon, right? So EtaN had the quarterfinals, and you know he was doing quarterfinal stuff. I think because he was EtaN, and when you're EtaN, you just kind of assume you would win, but he actually lost. All right, I was just chilling, and then Riabrick was like, "Oh yeah, EtaN's not gonna. EtaN can't play FPL anymore." I'm like, "What? Since when was this a thing? He lost." I don't think either of us, neither me, Riabrick, or EtaN considered the possibility of him losing. Which, by the way, Fortified is a great team. Like, it's a very strong team, but we just never considered they would lose. And it was just it was actually just overall pretty funny. I'm also not part of Howard because I don't want to get door sniped. I kind of want to see let's see do this. But anyways, so EtaN's gonna show up now. So on the 17th, you'll see EtaN play alongside X-Sword, which is a newer player, because we're not, you know, I wanted to team with EtaN, but people said it wouldn't be fair. I don't understand why, but you know, I'll be nice. I guess I won't put myself with EtaN. Can you not? I'm trying to do something. And I shot myself. Isn't that incredible? I'm so good at this game. Yeah, as you can see, I'm very much concentrating. Can I? Yeah, I don't know. Um, yeah, so that's how that went. I think EtaN's just gotten so good at the game. He just assumes that he would win every match now. It's just incredible, you know. But thank you, EtaN. Very, very, very pro of you. Um, yeah, seriously though, EtaN is one of the nicer players out there. Um, I there's an Undershot that's canon, but I'm just gonna ignore it because I'm too cool to care, honestly. Okay, let's see how this goes, and then let's see how this goes. Yeah, so that's basically how like doing the tournament went, and you know it's gonna be an interesting thing. I made badges and everything for everybody, and it's gonna be a fun thing. It's gonna be a double elim. You should show up. You should watch the streams, and also thank you guys so much for the success of the last Battleship stream. It got like 2K views, which is kind of crazy. It's just like I'm not a great YouTuber, and it's just like a hobby for me. It's just getting 2K views. It's kind of crazy. So thank you all for all the support, and you know thank you everybody else for all the support. You know, just have a great day and. It's May 17th. You show up for the tournament, please, and also join the Discord, please, please, please. Subscribe to Infinity Power. I'm so good at outros. I'm so good. I'm so pro.